All right, now listen to this some major breaking news, and this is quite the news that, of course, we expected to happen. Lakini when we also learn about it, it becomes even more shocking. So, it has been confirmed today that the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Eliud Lagat, is set to return to office today, and this is after he was cleared of any involvement in the murder of Albert Ojwang, who died in the police custody last month. And yes, that is the confirmed news right about now, that Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Lagat, who was under more pressure after the death of Albert Ojwang last month, has been cleared of any involvement and is set to return to office just a few weeks after Albert Ojwang was laid to rest at his home. Yes, so this is the article that was done. The news has been confirmed through an interview done by the Nation newspaper, and they were speaking to Inspector General of Police, whose name is Douglas Kanja. And Douglas Kanja said that he confirmed that Lagat was found not culpable of anything and was expected to resume his duties. This is what he said, and I quote, "I hope to see him back at office today because he has been cleared by all the investigations." End of quote. That is what Kanja told the Nation on Sunday. Yes, it is quite shocking to many people, but it's something that you expect to happen since the moment that the IPOA and also the ODPP did not mention Eliud Lagat's name in the list of people who are to answer for his death. So that is what is happening. Eliud Lagat is now free and is getting back to office as usual, and there's nothing that will put him away. You remember he had stepped aside on June 17 to allow investigations into this case, and after staying away for almost over 2 weeks now, Lagat is now set to come back to office after an intense public scrutiny into his name and also his work, and people were calling for his arrest. You remember during the burial of Albert Ojwang at his home, a police station was burned down. There's still not confirmation who did it, who burned the police station down, and the youths were actually on the streets. When people went on the streets, they were saying that Lagat must resign and he must be arrested and answer on this case. But however, what we are now seeing is that the person who has been presented to court over this is the OCS of Central Police Station Tala, and also the other person who is Mukwana. But we are waiting to see what will happen on that case. Lagat return comes after more than 2 weeks, of course, of the legal uncertainty following the death of Albert Ojwang. You remember, was arrested by deputy DCI officers and died later in police custody on June 8th, 2025. The postmortem that was done on Albert Ojwang revealed that he was strangled and he was beaten, and this is what caused the death of Albert Ojwang. And during the stepping aside of Lagat, he said this, and I quote, if you can remember: "In good conscience and in recognition of my role and responsibilities as the Deputy Inspector General of Kenya Police Service, I have opted to step aside pending the completion of the investigations. I undertake to provide any support that may be required of me during the investigations." And of course, that is what he said. And after Lagat had said that he was stepping aside, you remember the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen also came out and downplayed any calls for Lagat to step aside, saying that Lagat was a competent officer who understood the investigative process. He said that Lagat was a seasoned officer who understood what it takes to conduct investigations, and he said that let IPOA do its job, and he said that Lagat was not going to step aside. So the investigations by IPOA have now reportedly revealed that the probe did not find any direct link between Lagat and the fatal assault. However, 5 individuals, including Central Police OCS Samson Talam, police officers John Mukwana Peter Kimani, and civilians John Gige Gitau, Gin Amitu Abao, and Brian Mwaniki Njue, have since been charged with Ojwang's murder. Although Lagat had stepped aside, he continued to receive his full salary and enjoy privileges of an officer of office, raising constitutional concerns because you remember when you step aside, then you should not be getting these privileges because you are no longer in office. But when Lagat stepped aside, he continued, things just continued to be normal. It's only that he was not appearing at his office. You remember there was a UK-based activist, Eliud Karanja, who filed a petition at the Milimani Law Courts seeking his official removal, but things did not go as the petition was planned, and through his lawyer Cecil Miller, Lagat had contested the claim, saying the decision was temporary and made in good faith. Matindi, the lawyer, no, who is Matindi now? I'm just following up on some notes here. Further accused the National Police Service of failing in its constitutional duty by allowing Lagat to step aside without formally initiating disciplinary proceedings. Yes, so a lot has been happening, but there's this case there's this petition which names the National Police Service and Attorney General Dorcas Oduo as respondent, and it also lists Lagat and Tito as interested parties alongside the Law Society of Kenya and Katiba Institute. There's this petition that is still going on in court, which is accusing the National Police Service of failing its constitutional duty, and it also challenged Lagat appointment of Tito as the acting Deputy Inspector General, stating that the National Police Service is the only body constitutionally mandated to appoint or recommend officers to such senior offices. The case is scheduled for mention today before the one Justice Chacha Mwita. Yes, you remember the judge who was handling the case of the missing Ndiagui, yes, Kianjui, yes. So that Justice Mwita will be presented with the case today, and we are waiting for the mention of what will happen maybe to Eliud Lagat. But Lagat is back like he never left. That is the news that I can confirm to you today, and is set to resume office despite the legal challenge that he faced in the month of June. And yeah, it's a painful one maybe to the family because you remember the mzee, the father to the late Albert Ojwang, said that he would want to see justice served for his son, and that would be the arrest of Eliud Lagat. But as it seems, that will never happen, and things are set now to continue swiftly for the DIG Eliud Lagat. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That is the latest that I can inform to you now, and I will be following up to see what happens on the case, and also what will be the fate of the 5 people who have been listed as people of interest in this case. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.